Welcome to GTA San Andreas. This time, I have to return to Los Santos and rise from a regular street gangster to a man who controls the entire state. To complete the game 100% and unlock all 35 achievements, I'll need to complete hundreds of missions, work a variety of jobs, take over territories, collect tons of collectibles, and much more. It all starts with CJ flying back to Los Santos for his mother's funeral. On the way home, he stopped by some old acquaintances, Officers Tenpenny and Pulaski. They happily offer to show him the sights, though instead of a tour, they just drop me off in an alley where the Ballas hang out. And that's exactly where my path to the first achievement begins. Arriving at my old house, I'm warmly greeted by Big Smoke, who invites me to the funeral. But there's barely time to say goodbye to our mother when the Ballas suddenly show up and blow up our car, and we have to make a run for it on bicycles. After successfully escaping the chase and saying goodbye to the homies, I earn my first achievement. After that, the game has me running errands and completing various tasks. Stopping by a pizzeria, covering up graffiti with Sweet, not just graffiti, and sometimes even taking care of dealers with a bat, so they won't be selling drugs anymore. After changing my outfit a bit, the crew and I set out to show who's really in charge in the city. Of course, a mess like that couldn't go unnoticed by the cops. To throw them off, I had to hit the garage and repaint the car, earning my second achievement. The next day, we find out that our sister Kendall is planning to leave home to stay with a Mexican guy, which Sweet doesn't like. I had to keep an eye on her, so I grabbed the jumping cabriolet from the mechanic, customized it a bit, and after dancing on the car, I meet Caesar. He'll be inviting me to various races and other missions, but more on that later. After a few missions with Ryder, where I had to carry, throw, and load crates, Big Smoke introduces me to OG Locke. He wants to become a successful rapper and asks me to steal a van with a sound system. But to rap, he also needs lyrics, which he can't write himself, so he wants to steal them from a popular rapper, Mad Dog, and he asks me to do it. This is the mission where it's very easy to miss an achievement. To begin, I head to the mansion and must not raise the alarm. Using a knife, I silently take out all the guards. If even one of them notices me, I have to start over. After stealing the lyrics, I get a silenced pistol, clear out the mansion quietly, and upon leaving, unlock my third achievement. We also can't forget about Officers Tenpenny and Pulaski. This time, they force me to burn down one of the Vagos' houses, but a girl is trapped inside. I grab a fire extinguisher and save her. Her name is Denise. She thanks me with a kiss. Luckily, she doesn't know I almost burned her alive. Soon after, Caesar calls and asks me to meet him. When I arrive, I see our friends Big Smoke and Ryder coming out of the garage with the cops and the Ballas. They're also towing out the green car from which Carl's mother was killed. After seeing this, CJ realizes Sweet has walked into an ambush. I rush to my wounded brother and help him fight off the Ballas. Eventually, the chaos ends as the cops arrive and arrest everyone. I earn my fourth achievement and find myself in the car with the officers. They drove me out to the countryside, but I can't relax here. Catalina has other plans. She's looking to make some money, and I join her in robbing everyone we can. After one of the heists, Catalina invites me over for tea, when suddenly an earthquake hits. Judging by the sounds, even our heroes are shocked. Luckily, it's over in about 10 seconds, no more. Later, Caesar invites me to another race, where I see Catalina already with another guy. After beating her in the race, she hands me the papers for a garage in San Fierro, so we head there next. In San Fierro, we don't get the warmest welcome. Our sister Kendall gets insulted at a construction site, so I go there to get some revenge. Using a tractor, I push the foreman into a pit while he's sitting in a portable toilet and bury him alive in concrete. Fair enough. Later, Caesar tracks a Ballas car. I join him, and together we follow it to a meeting spot, where I use a camera to take pictures of several people, including Ryder. When we return to the garage, we're greeted by Woozy, someone I'd already met during the races. He explains that the people in the photos are the leaders of a drug cartel, and if we want to get close to them, we'll need to build connections with one of them, like Jizzy, the guy in purple. During one of his missions, there's a chance to unlock another achievement. Someone has stolen a van, and inside, it turns out to be a man named Mike Torreno. He keeps giving me tips on how to track it down, but to get the achievement, I ignore all his instructions and drive straight to the airport. As soon as I enter, I get my well-earned fifth achievement. After that, I go help Woozy. His missions are often connected to water. In one of them, I have to sneak onto a ship and plant a bug. but because of the poor controls, I didn't manage to do it on the first try. I drowned, and that's how I got my 6th achievement. Now it's time to deal with the drug cartel. I start by quickly taking out Jizzy, then team up with Caesar to eliminate the others, including our former friend Ryder. To finally destroy the cartel, I decide to blow up their factory. Woozy kindly provides me with a car loaded with explosives. All I have to do is drive it inside the plant and get out fast. Returning to the garage and completing the mission, I earned my 7th achievement. After that, I went to driving school. Completing all the lessons earned me the 8th achievement. I then decided to get into business, but of course, it didn't come without a few adventures. At one point, I had to shoot down toy planes with a minigun. Then I flew a toy plane myself to destroy a competitor's cars, and together with Caesar, I delivered cars for our dealership. For now, it's time to head to Las Venturas, where Mike Torreno is waiting. After a few simple jobs, he tells me to buy an airport and learn how to fly. I did buy the airport, but flying would have to wait. After moving to Las Venturas, Carl started eating a lot and quickly gained a lot of weight. His favorite snack spot became Cluck and Bell. After eating there 8 times, Carl decided to take matters into his own hands. He bought a small house and started going to the gym. He shed the extra weight, bulked up pretty well, finally bought some pants, and started learning how to fly. After flight school and several missions involving planes, the Mission Black project begins. This time, I need to steal a jetpack from a military base. Charging and guns blazing isn't an option here, because there's a missable achievement. To get it, I have to infiltrate the base without raising the alarm. Using a sniper rifle, I quietly take out guards and a few spotlights, no more than 2, or the alarm triggers. Then I disable the air defenses and sneak into the base through the ventilation system. Inside, there's no need to worry anymore, so I eliminate the remaining guards, grab the jetpack, and fly back. If everything is done correctly, the achievement unlocks at the end of the mission. Later, Woozy invites me to the Four Dragons Casino, and I agree to help him deal with his competitors in exchange for a share of the business. I took a thug for a ride on the hood of my car, deal with a factory producing fake chips, and steal the blueprint for Caligula's casino, which we plan to rob. Another step toward the heist is obtaining a key card, so I decide to seduce one of the girls working at Caligula's. I follow her, then put on a BDSM outfit and head to her house, taking care of her boyfriend on the way. Once again, an earthquake hits, this time lasting a few seconds longer. Recovering from the shock, I head back to the casino. But on the way, I run into Mad Dog, standing on a rooftop and ready to jump. He's the same rapper whose lyrics we once stole for OG Lock. Feeling guilty, I save him and rush him to the hospital. Meanwhile, Caligula's boss arrives in the city. One of his missions has an achievement. So we just hop into a plane, fly to Liberty City, shoot our way through, return, and earn our 13th achievement. For now, I have to deal with the cops again. First, I eliminate another target, then drive to a secluded spot to hand over the files. On the spot, Tenpenny knocks out the traitor right in front of us, takes the files, and tells Pulaski to kill me. But at the last moment, the officer regains consciousness and distracts Pulaski, giving us a chance to escape. Now the chase is on. We catch up to Pulaski, let him say his last words, and finish him off. And here I am, back in Los Santos, helping Mad Dog reclaim his mansion, which the Vagos had taken over. Then Torreno shows up again. He finally decides to reward me by rescuing Sweet from prison. Now I'm out with my brother, taking back our neighborhood from the Ballas. Later, I give Mad Dog his lyrics back, and start taking over territories, earning maximum respect and my 14th achievement. For now, it's time to deal with Big Smoke, who is sitting and playing Xbox. After a brief conversation, he opens fire, and I have no choice but to shoot back. The wounded Big Smoke utters his final words and dies. Suddenly, Tenpenny appears. He tries unsuccessfully to kill me, then escapes, setting fire to the laboratory as a diversion. After escaping the burning building, I start chasing the officer. Sweet tries to stop him, but things don't go as planned. I save him and continue the pursuit. Eventually, Tenpenny loses control and crashes off a bridge, landing right on Grove Street. From his injuries, the officer dies. I return to our house and meet with the family to discuss the future of our gang. Later, Mad Dog shows up, proudly presenting his first gold record. Amid the applause, Carl Johnson steps outside to see what's happening in the neighborhood. And with that, the main story comes to a close. As usual, not all achievements were unlocked, so I decided to start by finishing the Caligula heist. I grabbed the keycard from Millie, used it to enter the service area, let the crew in through the back entrance, took out the guards, stole the money, and got away successfully. I spent part of the cash on weapons and maxed out all my weapon skills, earning another achievement. The rest of the money went to the casino. I made a few successful bets and got 2 more achievements. The next achievement came from reaching maximum sex appeal. For this, I dressed in expensive clothes, got tattoos, and sat in a fancy car. The next achievements come from scoring 30 points in basketball, performing a perfect dance at the club, taking all the girlfriends on dates, and winning a bet at the bookmakers. After that, I went to work and collect collectibles, earning achievements for transporting 50 passengers in the taxi, completing 12 levels as a paramedic, firefighter, and police officer, as well as reaching the maximum wanted level, and going 24 hours without breaking the law. Now let's move on to the collectibles. 50 horseshoes, oysters, photos, as well as 100 graffiti tags. None of these give achievements, but they are necessary for 100%. Just like other jobs, parking cars, driving trains, working as a pimp, and more. So I won't go into all of them to keep the video concise. Just know that I completed everything and spent a lot of time on it. Back to achievements. One came from taking over all territories and buying all houses on the map. Another came from completing the motorcycle challenge. And the longest one was delivering all cars from the 3 lists to the ship. This required traveling all over the cities and finding the right cars. The last 3 achievements were earned by completing the game 100% and starting a new game. And that's it. The game is now 100% complete, and all 35 achievements have been unlocked, which took me over 60 hours. That's all for today. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.